Guess who's back? Back again. Juljas back. Top items. Top items. Juljas back. La, la, la. Anyways, welcome guys. The top 5 best items in the shop and also which ones are worth getting. And there I got a new set of items. So at number 5, an item which you can't see in the shop, which I own, is the canvas tent. Now the canvas tent restores 20 HP each round. It's really good. Belongs to the better items. Not a lot to say. It's really good to have again generals who regen, because regenning is not a big thing in this game. At number 4 is the artillery telescope. If you have, here's the artillery telescope. I still found it. It does 2% points on battle ability. I mean 2.5 kind of, and 6 artillery percentage. It's quite helpful if you have an artillery. And mostly you still should feature 1 artillery on your team. For all 4 ability points, you'll get 1% higher damage. So for example, Wellesley, he has 87 battle ability points. That's why he gets 21% basic attack. So you just have to divide battle ability by 4 and then you get the increase of basic attack, and infantry goes same. Then after that, it just depends what is, your preferred item. Because if you either have a cavalry loadout, in which case the flintlock pistol is the second best, and the Ferguson Rifle is the third best, or it's the other way around. So the Ferguson Rifle works the best if you have a lot of infantry chance. So if you go for infantry build up, then it does the best for infantry or cavalry, because these two are very close in terms of strengths. I personally would rate the Ferguson Rifle higher, but I also went for an infantry build up. If you look at my generals, a load of them are infantry. And the very best item, without a doubt, is the ambulance. 30 restoration of HPs per round is really good. For certain units you can heal in, 4 rounds, 5 rounds if you've, no that's a bit little, 10 rounds if you've a weak unit. Which is just helpful. Even if you have good generals, they also just regen a little bit again, and they will just keep at the top damage which they give out. So yeah. So for me the specific items are the better ones than the general ones. For example, if you look at the shop, you just take a generic standard sword. It just doesn't give as much increase. It just gives 5 damage here if you divide by 4. And now I'm gonna tell you which items are worth it. Now, if you go for an infantry build up, urgently get the Ferguson Rifle as the best, and also the Beck Rifle. Just makes sense. Those are the 2 best if you have more than 1 infantry general. And the rest of the infantry weapons, like the commanding knife, you can get it. Let me quickly show you if they have it. The commanding knife. Yeah, the commanding knife here. It does give a little bit of an increase, but maybe you also can just go for other ability. I don't know. It's not that bad. So you might be able to go for it. Oh, I even have it on this. So yeah. If you go for an infantry build, get that. If you go for a cavalry build, get the flintlock. And I didn't get it for long. Get the night long gun. It's just a spear, but it does second best cavalry. And again, the later ones don't really make sense. You can get the cavalry tippet, but I'm not sure if it's that useful. And just generally, do go for all ambulances, because if you have only 2 best generals, you have ambulances. It just does wonders for you. Just trust me. Try it, and you'll feel amazed. Then, what also makes sense is getting the canvas tents. They're quite useful. I put them on my 3rd and 4th best general. Also makes a lot of sense. And on the other hand side, the med pack, which I have, for example, on Wellesley, is not really worth it. I do notice it, but you rather have a damage boosting skill than having a med pack. I got it because you can get it for free if you do the 11th and 12th conquest. You'll get one for free here. That's why I have one, but I wouldn't really spend medals on that. Otherwise, it also can be quite helpful sometimes. Let me have a look. Is the... oh, no, it changed again. Oh wait, it still shows. So, Prussian helmet, increased defense by 15% is actually quite high. You'll basically get no damage anymore on your generals, which can be fairly useful. Or maybe the Royal Guards clothes. These 2 are debatably buyable, but not the best. I'd still buy the other things before them if you have that amount of medals. And the rest of the critical attack chance and stuff, I wouldn't get these. They're just too low percentages, and they do cost a bit. Here 5% you cost 120 medals, and who wants to spend 120 medals? And I'm still gonna mention the special items. If you buy things, the Napoleonic code is just super good. If you can like put it in one of your higher damaging generals, and you'll collect some medals. I mean, you can get medals by chance, and if you have the Wealth of Nations, you also can get gold, but I don't really notice it too much. I would rather have the Napoleonic Coat, but I don't really want to still spend more money into this game. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day. Thank you for subscribing, and continue to subscribe. And again, tell me suggestions for 750 subscriber special. Anyways, goodbye. Have a nice.